Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm starting my new series of X-Men. Yes, my X-Men reviews. Of course, starting with X-Men 1 from 2000, starring Hugh Jackman, Harley Berry, James Marsden and Patrick Stewart. In a world where mutants exist, two groups from either side clash. The Brotherhood and the X-Men battle each other at the Statue of Liberty to save Rogue. Now, the first time I watched this, I thought it was alright. But I thought it was a little too long. But the second time, I loved it. It is not as good as the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. That is still a really good comic book movie for the early 2000s and even today. I love Hugh Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine. His portrayal of Wolverine is one of the greatest comic book castings portrayals ever. Up there with Heath Ledger's Joker, Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, Chris Hemsworth's Thor, Chris Evans as Captain America. Depending on what sort of Spider-Man you would put up there, I would put Toby for me, but I also love Andrew and Tom. But Hugh Jackman is certainly up there for best comic book portrayals, right? I really like James Marsden as Cyclops. I have watched most of these movies at the time I'm recording this. Even though that they don't really do a lot with him, he does do a great job of what he's given. Because I really liked him in Hop and I really liked him in Sonic. But seeing him in an action movie made me really happy. I'm alright with the casting of Halle Berry as Storm. Even though she doesn't have a huge role in these films, except for the third one, they really lean on to her having a big role in the third one, which I really like that. I really appreciate that when we get to the third one. And I have never heard of Famke Janssen and Anna Paquin before this movie. So those were two actresses that I didn't really have a clear idea for. And I thought that they did a great job of portraying their characters. And this is someone that hasn't watched the animated series or read the comics. And I thought that they did a pretty good job in the movie. And I'm wondering if someone watched the MCU beforehand, like I did, right? But I can appreciate what the X-Men movies and like the X-Men movies or love the X-Men movies, even with growing up with the MCU. But I'm curious if you showed them the MCU and then showed them the Blade movies, the X-Men movies and the Spider-Man movies, that like old, that kind of late 90s, early 2000s Marvel movies. I'm curious what their reaction is going to be. It's like, oh, they're not as good, they're not as high quality, or they're better than the MCU. I'm curious, because that's back when we were in the kind of the Batman and Robin and Steel and not so good comic book movie era. So I'm just very curious about that. I would give X-Men 4.5 stars. The only reason why it doesn't have a 5 is because the first X-Men is lacking something that X2 has. And I really like X2, so I'm very excited to get into that one. So guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit subscribe. Also the little bell icon to notify future videos I make. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.